subscribers, and a big, massive thank you to everyone who has supported my channel over the last basically 7 years since I started the channel back in 2017. I have reached 1,000 subscribers. I would never thought that in 7 years' time later on, when I started out the channel, I would get this far. I'm absolutely thrilled to have all of you to enjoy my channel. I'm so grateful to every single one of you. So a big, massive thank you to you all. Plus, there is something I kind of want you to all to get excited for. So, as well as basically me reviewing basically the War Games in colour on the 23rd, and of course, Joy to the World for the Christmas episode, I am planning on getting a Big Chief Studio figure. Now, if you've been watching people's YouTube channels like the Pertwee Smith channel, and of course he's did a video talking about the Jon Pertwee variant that they released, and I've also been watching other YouTubers like Batman Media, who has basically got, I think he's got all of the Big Chief Studios as well as the Character Options one. So I am personally thinking of getting a Big Chief Studio figure. Now, I've been looking quite a few. I've been looking at the Pertwee one myself, and even that is literally a bit pricey. I'm hoping to get that in 2025 at some point, but not at this current point. I've been looking at more of the cheaper ones, even though they are literally like over £100. I've been looking at one of the cheaper ones, which mainly is the 12th Doctor, played by Peter Capaldi from Series 8. It looks like a really great figure from Series 8. And I've also been looking at the Christopher Eccleston variant as well. And I am thinking of getting the Christopher Eccleston one and see if, because I absolutely do enjoy the 9th Doctor. He is honestly my third favourite modern Doctor. And then after that, it's also a chance for me to try and get the War Doctor as well, because it comes with a Gallifreyan rifle in it as well. So I am thinking of picking up a Big Chief Studios figure and basically see what I personally think about it. And it'll be my very first one, because I haven't got a Big Chief Studios figure yet in my collection, which is something I just wanted to quickly point out. There will be an unboxing video, hopefully coming out towards the end of the year. Hopefully it be here after Christmas, because I haven't ordered it yet, but I am thinking of ordering it in about 2 weeks. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I am thinking of getting it. I really am thinking about getting it. So anyway, well, thank you for joining my video today, and of course I'm going to be telling you my top 20, well, my 20 favourite Doctor Who stories of all time. This is the 20 stories of Doctor Who I physically love. Now, some of these have come out basically this year, because there is one story from season 1, aka season 40, and there's also an animation that basically has recently come out, and that's actually became one of my favourite stories for an incarnation of the Doctor. So I will say that one a bit later on as well, because since this was released back early this year, I have really revisited and rewatched this entire whole 4-part story for so long, for so many weeks, basically since it was released. I have rewatched this story every single person of the week. Every single week I've gone back and rewatched the story, because I just can't get bored of it, because I just absolutely flipping love it, and it's a good animation adaptation to a missing story as well. But that's all I'm saying. So in 20th place we have got The Legend of Ruby Sunday and the Empire of Death. Now, this is honestly my favourite episode from the latest series or season of Doctor Who. Now, I do like Ncuti's Doctor. He is honestly my 4th favourite modern Doctor, after basically Christopher Eccleston, after Peter Capaldi, and after Matt Smith. Not in that general order, because it goes Peter Capaldi, Matt Smith, Christopher Eccleston, and then Ncuti Gatwa. And I really enjoy this, because this episode sees the return of one of my favourite Doctor Who villains from Classic Who. We have the return of Sutekh, and not only do we have the return of Sutekh, we have the return of Gabriel Wolf. I cannot believe how much I enjoyed this episode, just to hear the voice of Sutekh. I just can't get over the fact they've literally brought a 91-year-old actor who played the voice of Sutekh back in Classic Who to come back and do the voice for Modern Who. And I absolutely love the episode as well. I love the fact we've got Mel back in it. I really love the build-up, and I really do love the build-up in The Legend of Ruby Sunday, because The Legend of Ruby Sunday is one of my favourite episodes of the season. I'm sorry to say that, but it is. Yeah, okay, Empire of Death does kind of let it down a bit, because the Doctor just goes and reboots the entire whole universe from death after chaining the the dog-like God on the TARDIS and basically dragging him through the time vortex. That is a little bit ruined, I have surprised. I do see why people don't like that bit, but I don't really care for that bit. I'm just happy we got the return of Gabriel Wolf, his booming voice as Sutekh. I absolutely love the fact that they have gone back and brought this new character. I don't care for the Jacqueline like the Jacqueline design. I don't care for that, but I absolutely do enjoy this flipping episode. It's brilliant, and I even love Ncuti's outfit. It really reminds me so much of Christopher Eccleston's outfit, and I just absolutely love Ncuti Gatwa in this episode. I really get why some people don't like Ncuti because of all the crying, but in this two-part story, this whole story, this is told over 2 parts. I just absolutely enjoy it, and I cannot suggest why. I don't know. Because, yes, I know people hate this episode. I've seen people give this episode such a bad redemption or bad reviews and stuff, but I just don't care. I just absolutely love The Legend of Ruby Sunday and Empire of Death so much. It is one of my favourite episodes of the latest season. I just absolutely love it. It is just such a great 2-parter, and I absolutely love it. I'm sorry, but I do. So then, of course, in 19th place, we have got The Giggle. I absolutely do enjoy The Giggle. The Giggle is my favourite out of the 60th anniversary specials, and to make it into my top 20 less than a year, it's really, really impressive, because I didn't think I would actually put anything from Modern Who in this list, but there's quite a few episodes I do enjoy from Modern Who, and The Giggle is definitely that episode I really do enjoy, and it's in 19th place because, one, Neil Patrick Harris as the Toymaker. He's brilliant. He's absolutely energetic. He's crazy. I just absolutely love the way he goes, yeah, oh, like that. And then, of course, I really love the way how David Tennant is as the 14th Doctor, and he just goes, I challenge you to a game. I really love the way how he mentions basically since Donna he travelled with Amy, Clara and Bill, and I like the way how the Doctor says, oh, literally, like for Amy, she got trapped in she actually still got to live her days, and I love how the Toymaker goes, well, that's alright then. And then, of course, I just absolutely love the fact how later on during that story, he talks about how Clara still survives in between her last heartbeat. Well, that's all right then. And the way he literally explains about Bill. Well, that's all right then. I just love that with Neil Patrick Harris, because he just does that so well. And I don't care for the whole biogeneration thing. If it's just a one-off, I probably will enjoy it a lot more. But if it happens again at the end of Ncuti's time to regenerate, I probably won't be. And that's the thing for me to say as a fan. I probably won't be. I'm fine with it just being like a one-off sort of thing. But I do enjoy The Giggle. It's such a great episode. I do enjoy every actor in this. I really do enjoy David Tennant. I really enjoy Catherine Tate, Neil Patrick Harris, Ncuti Gatwa. I really do enjoy the fact we have got Mel in this story, because I love the fact how basically we tie up to basically when we last saw Mel, when she left with Savalon Glitz in the Dragonfire in season 24. So yeah, I do quite enjoy The Giggle. It's honestly just one of the best episodes, I think. Then, of course, in 18th place, we have Human Nature and the Family of Blood. This is honestly my favourite 2-parter from the first Tennant era. I just absolutely love it, because the Doctor turns himself into a human to hide away from an alien race that really wants the lives of a Time Lord. And they hunt him down for the entire whole galaxy. I just absolutely love that, because the Doctor goes away and hides because he's trying to be nice. Yeah, okay, they do kind of pee him off. He pretends to be human. He destroys their spaceship. He literally gives them all a bit of a punishment. I mean, he traps a daughter of mine in a mirror. The mother of mine gets trapped inside a collapsing black hole. The father of mine gets trapped in a dwarf star in chains. And the son of mine becomes a suspension animation scarecrow, which is honestly a good punishment. Because I do quite like that scene with the whole fury from of the Time Lord. I really love it. It's honestly just one of the best things, and I do love this 2-parter. It is my favourite 2-parter. I love the Scarecrows as well. And I really love the actor that plays Son of Mine, because he's just so creepy. The way you see him look like that, and he goes like that. The way he just sniffs, and he's there, and you can smell the Time Lord, the essence of the Doctor. And I just love it. I honestly flat out love it. It is just brilliant and amazing and fantastic. I genuinely just love it. It's my favourite 2-parter of the Tennant era, phase 1. So then, of course, in 17th place, we have got The Power of the Doctor. Jodie Whittaker's final episode as the 13th Doctor, and I absolutely enjoy it. It is one of the best episodes I have seen from the Whittaker era ever. It's so much better, and I don't mean just because she just goes off and regenerates. It's a celebration to like what basically to all of Doctor Who. It feels like an anniversary, the 60th anniversary, than the 60th anniversary does actually feel for the Doctor Who. Because we've got the return of Ace, we've got the return of Tegan, we have them basically come face to face with a new incarnation of the Master. Because if you remember back in the 80s, they both encountered Anthony Ainley Master. I also love the fact they revisit this, they re-see Daleks and Siren, and Ace basically gets the baseball bat again. Do you want to see how I handled them in 1963? 1963, how old are you? Excuse me, never ask a woman that. I really love Ace and Graham. They're absolutely brilliant. I really do love them. And I just love the 13th Doctor and Yaz, because those two are absolutely brilliant. The one biggest complaint I got about it is Dan. Dan should have been in it for the majority of the episode, not for basically the first half of it, and they're going to go and ditch him and then he comes back for the whole companion support thing. I would have loved to see Dan in the whole episode. Imagine Dan with Unit coming across Cybermen and Daleks again and basically helping Ace and Tegan. I would love that. And but not just that though, we get to see the return of David Bradley as the first Doctor. We see the return of Peter Davison since basically 2007, when he literally returned for that mini episode. We have the return of Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy, two classic Doctors I really want to see return in the modern era, because we had the return of Paul McGann in the show's 50th anniversary. Then of course we had the War Doctor reveal, and then of course before that we saw Peter Davison, and of course we had Tom Baker playing a future incarnation of the Doctor, aka the Creator. So we still have Tom Baker, but the fact we had Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy come back as their Doctors is brilliant. Honestly, flat out brilliant. I love the fact how Peter Davison is still wearing his 5th Doctor outfit in the hologram. Sylvester McCoy's wearing back his outfit in the hologram, and the way he's talking to Ace. It's all fine to blow stuff up. I honestly love it. I just flat out love the power of the Doctor. And I also like the regeneration, because the one thing about regeneration scenes from Modern Who, especially with Tennant, they all go like crying faces, or you got Tennant's going, I don't want to go. Where the 13th Doctor, she doesn't cry. She literally goes, tag, you're it. I absolutely love that, because it's like, she knows she's going to regenerate, boom, she gets on with it. And then, of course, we have the return of David Tennant as the 14th Doctor. So, yeah, I do quite enjoy the episode. It's absolutely brilliant, and I really do love the power of the Doctor. I absolutely love it. In 16th place, I had to put The Day of the Doctor, the 50th anniversary special. Why? Because I absolutely love the fact how we've managed to get a legendary actor like John Hurt to play an incarnation of the Doctor. I just absolutely love The Day of the Doctor. Yes, it is more of an anniversary to Modern Who than it is to 50 years of the show. I love the fact how we got the return of, David Tennant's 10th Doctor, and it's from his later time stream, so it's not like him travelling with Rose and he's pining over Rose. Yeah, okay, it still has the whole lovey-dovey stuff of Queen Victoria, or Queen Elizabeth I. Yeah, I don't care for that, but I still quite enjoy the 50th anniversary, because one, we have John Hurt, and I just absolutely love John Hurt's performance. When you've got him, David Tennant and Matt Smith together, it's brilliant. The only biggest downfall I've got for it, they should have had Christopher Eccleston. I really wish Christopher Eccleston returned for the Day of the Doctor. Imagine John Hurt, Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant and Matt Smith, 4 Doctors. I would absolutely love it a lot more than I do. And Clara is actually at her best in this episode. She's not very irksome like she does when she gets with Peter Capaldi's Doctor. I just absolutely do enjoy Clara in The Day of the Doctor. It's just such a great episode. I really do love The Day of the Doctor. So in 15th place, we have a classic Doctor Who story now, which is, of course, the War Games. Now, the War Games, it is Patrick Troughton's last appearance as the 2nd Doctor in his time stream before he comes back in 3 other multi-Doctor stories in different time streams. He comes back in the 3rd Doctor's time stream, and then, of course, he comes back in the 5th Doctor's time stream, and then, of course, he comes back in the 6th Doctor's bit of their time stream, which is absolutely brilliant. The War Games, it's very, very good. I do quite enjoy the War Games. Yes, it does drag in little bits, because you've got them escaping, getting captured, escaping, getting captured, escaping, and getting captured. The only thing I love about the War Games is when the Doctor literally is confronted by the Time Lords, where he goes, while you have been observing the evil in the galaxy, I have been fighting against it. And I love the way how he's there talking to the Time Lords, and they're literally thinking, he goes, you mean you're going to let me go free? Not entirely. We noticed your interest in the planet Earth, and you too may have happened if it's problems. Yes. Earth does seem more vulnerable than others, yes. Then you are going back to that planet. Oh, good. In exile. I just absolutely love the way how he goes, who do you think you are to condemn me to one primitive planet in 1 century in time? I really love his argument, and I love the fact where he goes, oh, he's too old. Oh, he's too fat, ain't he? No, he's too young. That one's too thin. Oh, that won't do at all. This is ridiculous. I just absolutely love the War Games, but I'm more excited to see this in colour on the 23rd of December. I'm really looking forward to seeing it in colorization because I just absolutely love the War Games. I really do love it. In 14th place, we have World Enough in Time and, of course, The Doctor Falls. Now, World Enough in Time and The Doctor Falls, it is my favourite 12th Doctor episode. Why? You're probably wondering, because I know some people, again, when this episode aired back in 2017, some people did not enjoy it. I personally loved it because we've got 3 versions of the Simon. We've got the Mondasian Simon, we've got the RTD Simon, and of course we have the Moffat era Simon. Plus we have 2 incarnations of the Master, which is the very first time on screen we see 2 incarnations of the Master kind of basically meet each other and basically do what every time we see a multi-Doctor story, we literally see 2 Masters, what they're like, and really to kind of get on a lot, where some Doctors basically prefer to argue. Even though both versions of the Master do kind of kill themselves, because Missy stabs the John Sim Master in the back and he just uses the sonic laser and gives her the full blast so she can't regenerate. I flat out love Word of Time of the Doctor Falls. It is brilliant. Honestly, one of the best episodes of modern Doctor Who, I have to say. I just absolutely love it. In 13th place, we have Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways from Series 1. This is definitely my favourite 9th Doctor story, followed by Dalek, followed by the Empty Child and the Doctor Dies. Why? Because this is the 9th Doctor when he encounters a brand new empire of the Daleks, born and bred from the Emperor Dalek. I absolutely love this one because, one, I absolutely love that shot with the 9th Doctor where he sees the Dalek fleet and it's there talking, saying, I will talk to the Doctor. Oh, woo, that's nice. Hello. And I really love the way he goes, no. And the Doctor's there looking at him saying, explain yourself. I said, no, but is the meaning of this activity? I mean, no. No, because this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to rescue her. I'm going to save Rose Charlie from the middle of the Dalek fleet. And then I'm going to save the Earth. And then, just to finish you off, I'm going to wipe every last stinking Dalek out of the sky. I just love that speech. And I love the way how the Daleks go, you have no weapons, no defences, no plan. Yeah, and doesn't that scare you to death? I really love Christopher Eccleston when he literally delivers that line. I really love the way how he literally brings his full anger out and the way he literally delivers that line. I just absolutely love that line. And then when you see him building a weapon to destroy every single life on Earth and, of course, the Daleks, aka the Delta Wave, and the way you see the Doctor literally having people die to protect us so he can actually build this device that can kill the God of Daleks, everyone. It's just brilliant. I honestly flat out love it because I love seeing the Doctor where he's got no hope of survival. He literally does go and send Rose back to basically her own time so she doesn't have to die. He literally tells her to walk up the TARDIS, let the TARDIS die. Let this old box gather dust. No one can open it, no one can even recognise it. Let it just become a strange little thing standing on a police box, standing on a pathway, on the street corner. I just absolutely love it. I honestly just flat out, genuinely love it. I honestly just absolutely love this 2-parter. It really is great. I absolutely love it. And you know what? So was I. I just love it. It's a great 2-parter. I honestly love it. So in 12th place, we have Attack of the Cybermen. This is my favourite Colin Baker story. Why? Yeah, okay, it is a sequel and a prequel to 3 stories. It is a prequel to The 10th Planet, and of course it is the sequel to Tomb of the Cybermen, and of course The Invasion. I just absolutely love it because Colin Baker gives us such a great performance after the terrible story that basically is called The Twin Dilemma. But I absolutely do love the Attack of the Cybermen. It shows the Doctor how long it's been for him since he's encountered the Cybermen, since his 5th incarnation after they basically caused the death of Adric. Also, I just absolutely love it because we have the return of Lytton. I just love that theme music. I really do love it. And I love that bit with the Doctor basically threatening to destroy the TARDIS and saying, soon you and it will become pieces of scrap metal. I just absolutely love Colin Baker's performance. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I do love Attack of the Cybermen. In 11th place, we have an animation that I just absolutely love, and it did come out back in August. It is The Celestial Toymaker, and this is honestly my second favourite William Hartnell episode. And that's because of the animation, I just absolutely love it. The Toymaker is played by Michael Gough in this story, and it's done so well. The animation, I just love it. I don't know what it is, but I just genuinely love the Celestial Toymaker. I love the storytelling of it. I love the way you go, make your last move, Doctor. Make your last move. I just absolutely love the Celestial Toymaker. It's a brilliant animation adaptation to a missing story. It's my favourite, well, it's my second favourite Hartnell story. It's even pushed the War Games down to number 3. Because for a very long time, it was basically the Dalek Invasion of Earth, the War Games, and of course the Aztecs. But it's really knocked down the War Games and the Aztecs to get into second place, because I just absolutely genuinely love it. And I have watched this since August every single week. I just love revisiting this story. I watched the black and white version, I watched the coloured version, I even watch it with the surviving episode 4, and I still love it. I still just love this fantastic story. I don't know what it is though. I just don't know what I love about it, because there's just so much stuff I love about it. It's brilliant, it's amazing, I just absolutely genuinely love it. It's just such a good adaptation to a missing story, and I just genuinely love it. I just can't say enough than that. In 10th place we have The Five Doctors. Oh man, this is my second favourite multi-Doctor story, period. And I'm sorry to say that. It is genuinely my second favourite. I love the fact that we got the Time Lords using the Time Scoop, aka President Bruiser. I love the fact we could see the return of the Yeti. We got a return of a Dalek. We got Cybermen and the Master. I also like the fact we have literally Sarah Jane, K9, Jamie and Zoe, Liz Shaw, Captain Yates. We also have basically Susan. All basically make either basically are in the story or like a cameo appearance, and of course the Brigadier with basically Peter Davison, John Pertwee and Patrick Troughton, with basically Janet Fielding and Mark Stretson. And I also have to be honest, I absolutely do enjoy Richard Hurndall's version of the First Doctor. As it happens, I'm the Doctor. The original, you might say. I love it. Flat out, love it. The Five Doctors, it's honestly the best multi-Doctor story, but it is my second favourite because nothing can replace my all-time favourite multi-Doctor story. And if you've been watching my channel for a long time, you know what my favourite one is. I'm sorry to say that, but I absolutely do. In 9th place, we have The Dalek Invasion of Earth. Now, this is my favourite Hartnell story. It is literally my favourite Dalek story. I absolutely love The Dalek Invasion of Earth. I don't know what it is about it. It's my favourite story from season 2. It is my favourite Hartnell story. I love the fact how the Daleks do invade Earth. I love the fact when the TARDIS team do arrive on Earth. And I also love the fact that this is Susan's goodbye because of that fantastic speech. One day, I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then, there must be no regrets, no tears, no anxiety. Just go forward to all your beliefs and prove to me that I am not mistaken in mine. Goodbye, Susan. Goodbye, my dear. I just flat out love The Dalek Invasion of Earth. It is a cracking, amazing story. It's generally one of my favourites. I absolutely love it. And the Daleks were amazing in this one as well, where they kind of want to turn Earth into a bomb sort of thing, or move the Earth into like a spaceship sort of thing. I do quite enjoy the story. I love the Robomen as well, especially when you see them going, stop. I really love the Daleks go, why have these human beings been so allowed to get near that river? No explanation. Where are the Robomen patrolling this area? Are not known. I really love the way the Doctor goes, I think you should really let us go. And I love how he's there talking to the Daleks. It's just brilliant. Honestly, flat out an amazing story. And I really love how him and Barbara go, they're literally telling, Robomen, this is your masters. And I love how Hartnell goes, attack the Daleks, attack the Daleks. I just really love the episode. It is just such a great story. In 8th place, we have got a fantastic story from the Second Doctor. It is The Invasion. This is honestly my favourite ever Troughton story. One, I love the Cybermen. I love the fact we have the Cyberplan. The Cybermen don't make their debut their appearance until the end of episode 4, where you see them coming out of the sewers. The fact we have the Cyberplans and they richly named Planet 14, aka the events from the Wheel in Space. I love the fact we have got UNIT in this story. This is the very first time we actually have UNIT. Because the very first time we see Alistair Gunn Stewart is basically a colonel and he's basically an army man. And basically since the events of the Web of Fear, unit is basically being created and basically becomes the Brigadier in the story, which is something I just absolutely genuinely love. I really love how him and Patrick Troughton really get on, absolutely brilliant. I love how Patrick Troughton's there where literally got all the unit people going around killing the Silent, and this woman asks for his phone and he goes, oh, yeah, like that, and he literally takes his, like, do that with his hair. I also love that shot as well where you got the Simon shooting him and he goes, like that, and it's just absolutely brilliant. I really love the Second Doctor, and I just love the invasion. It's one of my favourite episodes of Doctor Who of all time. In fact, it is in my top 20, well, my 20 favourite Doctor Who stories of all time. You can't tell how much I love the story. I really just absolutely flat out love it. In 7th place, we have another multi-Doctor story, and of course, it is my all-time favourite multi-Doctor story. It is The Three Doctors. Flat out. This is honestly my all-time favourite multi-Doctor story. Why? I just absolutely love watching Pertwee and Troughton's bickering, because they just absolutely go for it in this story. It is brilliant. It really is such a great story. I love Omega in this story. I love the jail guards in this story. The jail guards are so much better than the bloody creature that's in Arc of Infinity, the kind of weird creature that Omega has. I prefer the jail guards. I honestly just love the jail guards. The jail guards are literally one of the best things about this story. But more importantly, I love the fact how we got the 3rd and 2nd Doctors basically arguing. Who is that? Well, more important, Joe, he is me. No. On contrary, Joe. You see, he is one of me. Oh, I see, both Time Lords. Ah, quite. But not quite. We're not just Time Lords. We're the same Time Lord. Oh, please, you're just confusing myself. Look, Joe, it's all question about I and he is me. I also love the bit where they literally come in hot with William Hartnell and he goes, ah, so you're my replacements, hey? A dandy and a clown. And I love the way how Joe goes, well, I hate to ask, but who was that? And the way they just both go, me. I honestly just love the way that is done in episode 1. I just absolutely love it. And I really love the way how them two are basically arguing, and of course Joe has to slap their heads together and go, look, in fact you are 2 Time Lords. Surely your will is more matched for Omega's. I absolutely love it. I really just love the 3 Doctors. It's just such a great story. Where's Mr. Olives? What? Where's Mr. Olives? I love that bit where he's there talking to his wife, and she goes, well, I've had soldiers looking for you, I've had the police looking for you, I've had everybody looking for you. Well, where have you been? You never believed me, woman. Is supper ready? It's such a man thing. I absolutely love that final line. You never believe me, woman. Is supper ready? I flat out just genuinely love the 3 Doctors. It's a fun story. My favourite story. Basically, it's my 2nd favourite story for Jon Pertwee after my all-time favourite story, which is above this one. And I'm sorry to say that, but I absolutely just love the 3 Doctors. And I've got a bit of tear in my eye because I can't stop laughing. I just love it. I honestly just love the 3 Doctors. I really do. In 6th place, we have my favourite story for Jon Pertwee, which is, of course, The Sea Devils. Now, this has always been my favourite story growing up because this is the story I watched with my granddad for the very first time. Now, I don't mean it's my first time watching Doctor Who with my granddad. It was actually the very first time I actually watched The Sea Devils. I knew about them because I kind of read about... I used to have this book growing up. Well, I used to knit my dad's Doctor Who books, and he had this book about all the Doctor Who monsters, and I literally took a taking to The Sea Devils. So when I went to my nan and granddad's to stop over for a weekend, and they literally showed a repeat of The Sea Devils, I just absolutely fell in love with the story. It is absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely amazing. And for a very long time, it's always been my favourite Pertwee story. I honestly love it as a kid, and I love it even now as an adult. So going from a kid to an adult, this has always been my favourite Pertwee story. I just can't get enough of it. It is a cracking, amazing story. Flat out brilliant, flat out amazing. I just genuinely love it. I really do absolutely love The Sea Devils. It is honestly a cracking, amazing story. Just brilliant. I just absolutely love it. Into the top 5 now, ladies and gentlemen. So in 5th place, we have a 7th Doctor story. And of course, not just any 7th Doctor story. We have my 2nd favourite 7th Doctor story, aka Remembrance of the Daleks, which has basically just been released in Doctor Who The Collection season 25 over 2 months ago. I love this story. It honestly is. I love the Daleks in this one. I love the Dalek Civil War. I love the fact we see Davros. Davros, I should have known. I see you took the last form of the human form and still no improvement. Save your insults for the weak by minded doctor, were you trying out of a groundnut? Are you threatening me? Because if so, it is most unwise. Every time our paths have crossed, I have defeated you. I just love this story. It really is an absolutely great story because we have Sir McCoy delivered that line. Every decision is crippled by a ripple. I just absolutely love it. The bigger the roof, I just love it. I just love that speech when he's there talking to the person in the cafe. I genuinely just love it. It's just such an amazing story, and I really just absolutely flat out love Remembrance of the Daleks. It's just such a great story. It really is, and it's one of my favourites. In fourth place, we have another Seventh Doctor story, and it is, of course, The Curse of Fenric. Now, this is my all-time favourite McCoy story ever since I watched it when I was about 4 or 5. I can't remember how long ago, because this came out on DVD back in the early 2000s, and I remember watching it with my dad on DVD, especially the movie version with updated special effects. I just absolutely love the story, the way the Seventh Doctor is manipulative, the way he literally manipulates the events, the way he manipulates Ace. And of course, in front of Fenric, he really goes, "You think I didn't know? The chestnut in Lady Pimpface's study? I knew it was your beginning from the very beginning. Earlier than that time, though, before Cybermen, ever since Ice Road, when you first met the girl." And I just like how the Doctor just goes, "I knew. I knew she carried evil inside of her. You really think I would have chosen a complete misfit if I didn't know? I saw your handiwork in her in the very beginning. She's nothing more than a cripple. I don't waste my time on her unless I had to use her somehow." I just love that line, and the way Sylvester McCoy delivers it is top notch. I just absolutely love the Heaverfalls. I love the two human girls when they go in and literally get taken over by Heaverfalls, and you see them come out and they go, "Join us, yes, join us into the water." I just absolutely love them. It's just such a great story. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. It really is. In third place, we have my third ever favourite Doctor Who story of all time. The Caves of Androzani. The Caves of Androzani, it is my favourite Davison story. It is my favourite Fifth Doctor story ever. It is honestly my favourite regeneration story as well. Followed by the War Games, because the War Games is my second favourite regeneration story as well for Classic Who. And then, of course, you've got Bad Wolf and Party of the Waves, which is my third favourite regeneration story. So, I need to do a video ranking all the regeneration stories again. I absolutely love The Caves of Androzani. I really love Morgus. I love Sirius Jack in this one as well. He's actually quite a good villain. And it really gives the Fifth Doctor a really big bang just to go out of it. It's just absolutely brilliant. I really love the fact that they both come under spectrotoxemia, and that's, of course, is the Doctor and Perry. And they don't know they've got it until basically they get captured. I love the executioner of the robe of that shot where they are replaced by robots. I love Startsea. Startsea's my favourite. I love that cliffhanger to Part 3. Part 3's cliffhanger is where the Doctor literally does escape by using a laser cutter, and he literally cuts through the chains, and you got Startsea saying, "Doctor, open this door." "Ah, Startsea, you had a good rest. Unlock this door. Sorry, it seems to be locked." I really love the way how they get in, and he goes, "Now, put your hands in the air and come over here." "Why?" "Because I'll kill you if you don't." Not a very persuasive argument, Stein. I'm about to advise anyway. Unless, of course, I give it a count of 3. Unless, of course, I can find the antidote. I owe it to my friend I'm trying to save because I've got her into this. So you see, I'm not going to let you stop me now. Please. I just love that. That is literally my favourite scene. That's my favourite cliffhanger of Doctor Who of all time. It's just such a powerful cliffhanger. And I also love his regeneration lines where he's there talking to Perry and she's there holding him and he goes, "Perry, I see Professor Jackage doing stuff. Good old Jackage. You got the bat smoke. Finished. Only enough for you. But there's must be something we could do. Tell me." "It's too late, Perry. I'll be going soon. It's time to say goodbye." It's not like how Modern Who basically continues it with these big, massive crying motions. And you just got the Fifth Doctor saying, "I might regenerate. I don't know. It feels different this time." Boom. Fantastic regeneration line. Absolutely brilliant. Not the best regeneration line, because the best regeneration line has to go to the Fourth Doctor, where he literally just goes, "It's the end, but the moment has been prepared for." Caves of Androzani, best regeneration story. Flat out best regeneration story. I absolutely love it. I have rewatched this one over and over and over again over basically 25 years of my life. 25 years of my life, I have rewatched this story from a kid to adulthood. I can never get enough of it. It is a great story. I never get bored of it. I just absolutely love it. I really do love it. And it is my favourite Davison story. And in fact, when I asked Peter Davison when I met him a couple of times, he always used to tell me this was his favourite story of Doctor Who. This was his favourite story he ever did. And I absolutely love it. I really do. I really love the case of Andros Army. It's just such a great story. So in second place, we have Genesis of the Daleks for the 4th Doctor. Genesis of the Daleks, it is the best Dalek story in my humble opinion. Now, we're going back to when the Daleks were created in the middle of a war between the Thals and the Kaleds. And of course, you got that iconic line from the 4th Doctor, where he's literally with those two wires. Just touch these two wires together, and the Daleks are finished. Do I have the right? If you see a child, and you know that child becomes utterly evil, could you then kill that child? I absolutely love it. I just love that line. And I really love the way it goes, do I have the right? Just touch these two wires together. I absolutely love it. And I love that cliffhanger as well, where it literally comes out of the Dalek mutant tank, and it literally comes out with basically the Carlin mutant item, and he literally comes out and like that. And that's just a really great cliffhanger. I love the other cliffhanger as well, where he's there trying to summon, like, on the rocket with the Thals rocket, and he literally goes like that, and then he just got Thomas Face going like, and he's really looking pain. That's another good cliffhanger. I really enjoyed the cliffhanger where Sarah Jane's climbing above the Thals rocket to try and escape, but then of course you see her fall, and that's another good cliffhanger. So each one of these episodes ends on a cliffhanger and a cliffhanger and a cliffhanger and a cliffhanger, which really makes me want to go, what happens next? What happens next? I can never ever turn off Genesis of the Daleks. I have to watch all 6 parts, because each cliffhanger, I get so interested in the story. I get so developed into the story. It's brilliant. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. I really just pure love this story. I honestly do. And of course, it is the debut of Davros as well. I also love that cliffhanger to part 1, where Sarah Jane is there seeing as she sees the Dalek, and you just hear a voice go, now exterminate. Excellent. The weaponry is absolutely excellent. I absolutely love it. I just love Genesis of the Daleks. It's brilliant. It's just a great story. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it now, because I'm telling you now, you will make the worst decision of your life if you have never watched Genesis of the Daleks. So then, of course, my number one, my all-time favourite Doctor Who story of all time. I love it. This is my all-time favourite Doctor Who story. My all-time. Pyramids of Mars. So we start with a Sutekh story, and now we are at my number 1 with another Sutekh story. Pyramids of Mars. It is honestly my favourite Doctor Who story of all time. It is my favourite Tom Baker story. It was Genesis of the Daleks and the City of Death, but Pyramids of Mars has really took over those two and took my number 1 spot. And that's basically because I have rewatched it quite a lot over this year. Now, I don't mean the Tales of the TARDIS version. I've actually watched it from January onwards, because I used to watch the DVD, and then I went back and watched it in April, and then of course I watched it in June when basically it came on Tales of the TARDIS, and then I watched both versions in August and September. And I also watched it 2 weeks ago as well. I absolutely love Pyramids of Mars. It's just such an iconic story. I love all the characters. Marcus Garman, I like his brother Lawrence. I absolutely love the robot mummies. I absolutely love Sutekh. Everything should turn into dust and darkness. I found that good. I absolutely love that. Literally that fantastic shot with the Doctor taking Sarah Jane to 1980. 1980, and it's all like a wasteland. And she goes, this isn't 1980. It is if Sutekh gets loose, Sarah. It is if Sutekh gets loose. And the way the Doctor literally closes the doors, and of course they go back to 1911. Flat out amazing. I genuinely just love this story. I absolutely just love Pyramids of Mars. It is an iconic story, and it's basically one of my favourite ones as well. I really love the Egyptian where he's there playing the music, and of course you got the robot mummies, and they're literally going like that. And the cliffhanger of part 1, and he's there talking, and he goes, Sutekh, spare me. Look up upon me. Is this the face of Sutekh? Master, spare me. Spare me. I am the true servant of Sutekh. I am the servant of Sutekh. He needs no other. And he literally puts his hands out, and he literally shows the dust, and you just got the Egyptian going, like that. That's just a really great cliffhanger, and I just genuinely love it. Flat out amazingly love it. Flat out. So that is my 25th favourite Doctor Who stories of all time. What are your top 20 favourite Doctor Who's of all time? Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel and basically give everyone all me the love and support. There will be an unboxing video coming out hopefully in the next couple of weeks where I'll literally get my hands on my very first ever big Chief Studios figure, which I'm actually quite looking forward to. Again, there are 3 Doctors I am thinking, well, there's 4 technically I'm thinking of getting hold of, which is John Pertwee, Christopher Eccleston, John Hurt, and Peter Capaldi. I haven't made my mind up yet which one I want to get. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and share, and join me for more awesome Doctor Who content.